Part two, story of the frat house. So we were getting towards the end of our listing agreement and we are going to take it off the market for the winter, put it back on the market in the spring. So I had a second to last open house. So my second to last open house, get in the house, it's like, gosh, it's really chilly in here. And it was kind of a cold, late fall day. So I get in there, it's really cold, tinkering with the heater, all this never could get it to work. So I give my client the feedback at the end of the day, shoot him a message, hey, here's who came to the open house, blah, blah, blah. Heater's not working. I checked everything I could. I just cannot get the heater to come on. So he's like, okay, great, thank you. I will have somebody come out. So fast forward to the next week, I did my last round of open houses in this house. So I walk in, I can feel it. The heater's working. It's nice and warm and toasty. Another kind of cool day. Wonderful. Did the open house, gave my feedback to the client, walked around the house, made sure everything was secure, locked up, send him a message, say, okay, everything's great. Here's what happened to the open house. House is locked, heat's on, everything looks great. I will be in touch with you, in a couple of months. So fast forward to January. So January, I get a panicky phone call on a Sunday, and this was a very snowy Sunday. So there were a couple feet of snow on the ground, and it was very, very cold, single-digit temperatures. So I get this panicky call going, hey, we're at church right now, which was odd with all the snow, but they made it to church. And we've been thinking about the house, and could you go by and take a look at it? Because I lived maybe a mile away from the house, so it was fairly easy for me to get to. He's like, you still have the key? So I still have the key. So he's like, okay, I'll go by and take a look. So back to the snowy part, roads closed, full of snow, can't do it. So I have to put my boots on, grab a snow shovel over my shoulder, trudge over to the house, walk a mile in the snow and 2 feet of snow, get to the house, and it's like, okay. So I open the back door because that's where the key worked. So I open the back door and I look in the back of the house, which was the kitchen, and I'm kind of like, this just seems really weird. Something's wrong. So I go in a little bit further and I kind of slip on the floor. And it's like, well, this is odd. Granted, still had my snow boots on, which, had ice and snow on them. So it's like, okay, maybe. But then I look at the walls, and the walls have like these streaks of black on them, just all over, in the ceiling, black, 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 black. And I'm like, this is the strangest thing I've seen. And it's kind of a shiny black. So I'm looking at it, and then I go into the dining room, same thing. And then I kind of like start touching it, and it's like, this is ice. So what happened, the house had a radiator system, so it wasn't forced air like we're normally used to, so it had radiators. The heater stopped working, obviously. So what happened, it was so cold, all the radiators in every room in the house exploded. So of course they have water in the radiators, and then 100 years of sediment in the radiators, had to be quite a bit, was just like black sludge, right? So black sludge goes everywhere, water goes everywhere, it all freezes all over the walls, ceilings, everything. Go in, start checking the bathrooms, like all the toilets exploded because the water in the tanks expanded. So everything was just absolutely frozen solid. So I call my client and I'm like, look, there's a problem. And this house had been in the family for many, many years. So, and it was his wife's family's house. So he was just like, oh, she's gonna be really pissed. So he's like, do what you can to clean it up. We're going to try to make it down there. So I see him down there a couple hours. There was really nothing I could do. The only thing that worked was the stove, and I could turn the burners onto the stove, but that's not going to heat the house. So, and we tried shoveling up ice. It just didn't work. So they get there, of course, they're absolutely furious. It's like, hey, it happens. Oh, goodness. So that was pretty funny. So anyway, fast forward a little bit. So then they need to start doing some work on the house. So of course, what happened was all the water pipes in the walls all exploded. So all the plumbing had to be replaced. The house was so old, it was kind of lath and plaster, not the normal sheetrock we have. So everything had to come out of the house. So all flooring, all walls, absolutely everything had to come out of the house, and needed new plumbing, put in obviously a new HVAC system. So it was a nice new forced air system. Then they had to do flooring, walls. Everything had to be completely redone. They kind of piecemealed. The kitchen was slightly better, but they really didn't fix it up a whole lot. So anyway, so that took about 6 months. So that summer, house goes back on the market, sells pretty quickly because it looked a little better, and it had a whole lot of updates. But that's a real hard way to get updates. So if you do have a vacant house, here's a lesson to be learned. Make sure that you are staying on top of your heat and air conditioning in those cold and hot months to make sure things don't go awry.